Okay, so moving on with the entry level 3, set 3 calculator paper question 6. Ahmed has £350 to spend on the advert. He pays £297.40 to put the advert in a newspaper. How much money does he have left over? So this question is purely testing if you understand what you need to do. So £350 is how much money he's got, and he needs to pay 297.40. So on your calculator, you simply need to do 350 minus 297.40. And on your calculator, it says 52.6. So your answer here is going to be £52.60. So remember, this is the calculator paper. So even though you've got a massive space for your working out box here, do not waste time showing loads of manual calculations for subtraction. Use your calculator, and here just simply write what you are putting on your calculator. So do not waste time, do not waste brain power. Just use the calculator like you're meant to and show what you're pressing on that calculator in your working out box. Question 7. Ahmed puts the advert in the newspaper. The dates when the advert is in the newspaper follow this pattern. What is the next date when the advert is in the newspaper? So when we look at this pattern, we've got to identify what the pattern is. So it goes from 1 to 5, and then it goes from 5 to 9, and then it goes from 9 to 13. And we've got to say what the next number is going to be. So you might just be able to spot that anyway, but if you can't, just look at the difference between the two numbers. So for example, if you did 5 take away 1, that gives you 4. If you said 9 take away 5, that gives you 4. If you did 13 take away 9, that gives you 4. So you can see the pattern is that every new number is going up in 4s. So therefore the next number has got to be 13 plus 4 is 17. So the next date is going to be 17. So on this line down here, you need to write 17. Question 8. Ahmed sells 5 types of computer screen. Here are the numbers of screens he sold last year. So here, what we can see is that last year, for example, he sold 238 screens of type A. He sold 134 type B screens, 99 of type C, and so on. Put the numbers in order starting with the smallest. So the smallest number we've got there is the 99. So you write the 99, then just put a comma. And then the next smallest is going to be 117, comma. The next smallest is going to be 134, comma. 140, comma. And then finally, the biggest number, the highest is 238. Question 9. These are shapes of laptop computers. Which shape has the most right angles? The most right angles. So they're testing here if you remember what is meant by a right angle. So remember, a right angle is a perfect corner. It's a 90-degree angle. So on shape A, we can see we've got a right angle here and a right angle here. So on shape A, we've got two right angles. On shape B, we haven't got any because each of the corners is a curvy corner. So that one's got none. On shape C, we've got four because we've got a rectangle. So on a rectangle, of course, we've got a right angle in each corner. So that one's the most so far. And what about D? So on shape D, we've got one here, and we've got one here, but we haven't got any more. At the top, we haven't got any right angles there. So we've got two on this one, we've got none on this one, we've got four on this one, and we've got two on this one. So the shape that has got the most right angles is shape C. So we need to tick C here. Question 10. Ahmed measures the length of a cable. How long is the cable to the nearest centimetre? So that's important wording. To the nearest centimetre. So let's look at this cable. So this is the cable's length, and we need to measure its length right up to the end of where it plugs in. So its length goes up to about here, doesn't it? Yeah, it goes up to about there. So the length is sort of there. Right. So we've got to say what that length is to the nearest centimetre. So we've got 90 centimetres here, and we've got 100 here. So clearly it's between 90 and 100. And then every time we've got one of these big markings, each one of those is 1 centimetre. So it's going up in ones, you see. So it's going 91, 92, etc. It'll go 93, 94, all the way up to 100. So where we've got this cable that's this long, so it sort of stops there. So we can see the length of that cable is between 93 centimeters and 94 centimeters. But can you see that it's closer to 93 centimeters than it is to 94 centimeters? So how long is it to the nearest centimeter? It's nearest to 93 centimeters. Question 11 is a line graph question. So at entry level 3, you need to be able to draw basic line graphs. So it says 3 months, April, May, and June, and it tells you each month how many laptops were sold. So 36 sold in April, 58 in May, and 44 in June. So it gives you the grid, and we've got to put that information on here. So the number of laptops sold are going to go up the top block. So it tells you here the number of laptops sold has got to go vertically. which means the months are going to go across the bottom. So the April, May, June are going to go across the bottom. Now, because it's a line graph, what you're going to want to do is put the months so that for each one of the months, the name of the monthlet is going to be the middle of the month, the word is going to be where the line hits. So we're going to write it like this, look, April, May, June. Because then what we're going to do is with the numbers, so we've got to choose the numbers now. So when we look at the numbers, 30 something, 50 something, 40 something. So what it makes most sense to do is when we put the numbers here, let's just go up in, what can we go up in? Let's go up in tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It really doesn't like me writing this. You get the gist. 50, 60. Okay, so going up in tens is the easiest thing to do there because then we can say April is 36. So April, we're going to go up this line for April, look, and 36. So we're going to say each little square is worth 2. So we're going to say 32, 34. So 36 would be here. So put a cross there. So the center of that cross is on the line for 36. Then May is 58. So May 58. So 52, 54, 56, 58. So that's going to be here. And then finally, June 44. So June 40, 42, 44 is going to be there. Then get your ruler and join those crosses. Just like that. So you join those 3 crosses together, and that is your line graph. You don't need a line between the 0 and April. You only need to have the lines joining those 3 crosses, and that is your line graph. Okay, so that's how to draw a basic line graph. Any questions on that, obviously just let me know. Question 12. Ahmed looks at customer ratings for new tablets. He buys the tablet with the highest rating. Which tablet does he buy? So the highest rating, if we look at these 6 ratings, the highest rating out of these 6, we're looking at which one is the biggest number. Well, the biggest number is the 4.70, isn't it? So that is tablet E. Okay, we're just running out of time here, so I think we'll go to a part 3 video to finish this test paper off. So I will see you in video part 3 to finish this paper.